Hello guys, welcome to Shik's Travel. Today we are going to talk about the cheapest ways to travel to Maldives. Maldives offers such an incredible combination of dazzling beaches, cerulean waters, and fantastic diving that it opening up to travelers without limitless financial resources is definitely a cause for celebration. Keep in mind, though, that Maldives' sheer isolation from the rest of the world means it will never be a true shoestring destination. The following are some simple tips for keeping your costs down in a destination with a well-earned reputation for exorbitance. Number 11. Travel during the low season, or at least try to avoid the high season. Maldives is cheapest during the southwest monsoon, which begins in May and ends in October, handily coinciding with the northern hemisphere summer. As it's the rainiest time of year, guesthouse prices can drop to half their high season levels, and while it can be overcast and wet at this time of year, particularly in June and October, you'll never need to worry about being cold thanks to the year-round warmth of the equatorial air. Since accommodation prices reach their peaks from the start of December to the end of February, it's smart to plan outside this time frame if possible. Number 10. Stay in a guesthouse rather than a resort. Finding the right guesthouse will represent the biggest single savings you can make on a trip to the Maldives, as even the fanciest guesthouse will cost significantly less than the cheapest resort. Unlike its self-contained resorts, a guesthouse necessarily puts you on a local island, giving you food, drink, and activity options, which means the freedom to pick your own restaurants, select your own diving crew, and compare prices accordingly. Number 9. Select your flight carefully. Unless you happen to have your own yacht, the only way in and out of Maldives is by air. The island's remoteness means flying to Male is never going to be cheap, though the average fare has happily ticked downward in recent years. Relative bargains can be had using charter airlines like as Condor or Edelweiss, while Indian low-cost airline Go First now offers direct flights from Mumbai and Delhi. A stopover or two may reduce your airfare costs significantly. Number 8. Travel like a local and take the ferry. MTCC ferries, the state-run public transport system, is a superb, if not particularly rapid, way to get around, with tickets costing almost nothing. On an often crowded but very sociable donie, the multipurpose Maldivian sailing vessel, you'll have plenty of time to sun yourself on the roof while looking out for dolphins as the boat wends its way slowly to your island. At only a few dollars per ride, you'll save a fortune compared to the expensive speedboat or seaplane transfers most resorts require. Number 7. Stick to one island, or island hop by public ferry. Moving around in the Maldives either takes days or costs a fortune. Even if you find two fantastic accommodation deals, you may find getting from one atoll to another might bust your budget. Savvy savers know to spend their whole trip on one island, or else split their time between islands in the same atoll that are connected by a regularly scheduled MTCC ferry. Number 6. Choose an island popular with backpackers. The further you go from the crowds in the Maldives, the more you'll pay to get and stay there. Busier islands with well-established guesthouse scenes are where competition for the tourist dollar is stiffest. As a result, you'll find the widest choice of restaurants and activities, as well as, in most cases, better public transport links to Male and its airport. The most popular Maldivian island for budget travelers is Mafushi, though the growing number of visitors has arguably eaten away at its charm. Other popular islands full of guesthouses worth considering are Degura, Fulido, Thulusdu, Hura, Ukulhuz, and Razdu. Number 5. Pick up a SIM card at the airport. Since roaming costs can become significant if you use the internet on your phone outside of Wi-Fi hotspots, you'll save money by picking up a local pay-as-you-go SIM card at the airport upon arrival. For as little as $10, these cards normally include plenty of data, more than enough for a couple of weeks. Top up in the atoll should you run out. Therefore, picking up a SIM card at the airport is the cheapest way to travel to Maldives. Number 4. Try to pack everything you'll need during your stay. It's hard to exaggerate just how little is available in shops in the Maldives. While top-end resorts import every possible luxury for their guests, with charges to match, finding even the most basic items on local islands can be a challenge. The national capital and the only real city in the country, Mail has the best selection of goods in its shops. But you'll save both time and money by bringing everything you need with you in your own bags. Avoid importing alcohol, however, as authorities will confiscate it when you enter the country. Hence, trying to pack everything you'll need during your stay is the cheapest way to travel to Maldives. Number 3. Book your diving package in advance. If diving is your main reason for traveling here, hunt around for the best diving package deal in advance of your trip, then work backward to organize the rest of your trip around that. Many guest houses catering to divers will offer generous discounts for buying packages in advance, as this allows them to manage their dive schedules and maximize the use of the donies. Therefore, booking your diving package in advance is the cheapest way to travel to Maldives. Number 2. Bring your own snorkeling gear. Many guest houses offer masks, snorkels, fins, and other non-motorized water sports equipment to guests at no extra charge. Still, it's a good idea to make sure that's the case at your lodging before you depart. If your guest house is not stocked, you'll save a significant amount by bringing your own gear on the plane with you. Therefore, bring your own snorkeling gear is the cheapest way to travel to Maldives. Number 1. Avoid high taxes on alcohol. Unless you're staying in a resort, any holiday in devoutly Muslim Maldives is going to be alcohol-free, which can be a deal-breaker for some. The only way to get a drink if you're staying in a guest house is to arrange an excursion to a nearby resort or live aboard diving boat for the evening. Popular islands such as Mafushi have a dive boat semi-permanently anchored next to the island, making getting a sundowner relatively easy. But you may find your bill from a night of drinking fairly sobering, as huge taxes are levied on alcohol here. This is one destination where it pays to be abstemious. Thus, avoiding high taxes on alcohol is the cheapest way to travel to Maldives. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you have not, like and share the video.